What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna get into some drugstore makeup. So if you guys want to see how to create this look or just some reviews on some new drugstore products, keep on watching. So I'm going to be using both of the e.l.f. primers. I'm gonna use this in the inner portion of my face because that's where I get really oily. I actually like how it feels. It's actually melting into the skin pretty nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the Luminous Putty. So I think this is just gonna give me kind of what my MAC strobe cream does and give me kind of like a luminous effect, but also smooth me out. So I actually really like how dewy and fresh my skin is looking. I feel like it looks really nice. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation. So I've heard a lot of good things about this foundation. It is a newer foundation, so just a FYI. And for this tutorial, I am also using a drugstore brush set. So basically everything in this video is going to be drugstore. So this is not going to be full coverage. This is going to be more so medium coverage. I really liked when I swatched this at the drugstore. I've been trying to venture out into less coverage so that my skin can just breathe a little bit more. And I feel like less coverage kind of makes textured skin look a lot better. The foundation looks very luminous and I kind of like it. So this video is going to definitely be a more informative type of video because I want to like really get down to the nitty-gritty with these products and see how well they work. I tried a lot of products and I feel like I kind of know what's good and what's not. So far this is pretty good. And I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit with the Morphe Sponge. Let's see, we'll put a little bit on here just so I can like spot conceal. If you didn't know, using a brush gives you maximum coverage out of any foundation that you're trying to use. A sponge will thin it out and make it more sheer because it has water in the sponge, unless you're using the sponge dry. So if I didn't use some of the products that I listed on my story, which if you guys don't follow me, definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting on there. I can definitely do a part 2 to this video. Just let me know in the comments down below. On my story, the e.l.f. concealer won, but I've also used the L'Oreal Infallible, so I'm going to use both of those concealers today. I got the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo concealer, which is a satin finish. I love a hydrating creamy concealer underneath, and then I'll go in with a more mattifying one to brighten me up a little bit. So we are just going to go directly into this. First off, love this applicator. I love how it's a fat applicator. That is just how this one is as well. And we're just gonna go straight in. The e.l.f. Poreless Primer Putty definitely did not do me justice here. I feel like I can see every single one of my pores. I have pretty like decent sized pores. They're not too big. I feel like almost emphasizing my pores. So we're gonna go ahead and just go straight in on the forehead and blend that out. Oh wow, that blended out so nicely. I feel like I'm really going to like this e.l.f. concealer. I want to say that it's almost like the NARS Radiant Concealer, but let me not jump to conclusions yet. So now we're going to go into the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear More Than a Concealer concealer. With this, I'm just going to use a little tiny dot of it because this is very full coverage and I just want to brighten up a few parts of my face. It's a full coverage concealer. You don't need to let it sit down on your face for too long. It just gives me a little extra brightening that I need. So we're just going to go ahead and just blend that out. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is emphasizing a little bit of the lines underneath my eye. I'm not mad at it. Love the Luminous Putty. That is like giving me life right now. I will say, now that I blended those concealers together, it's giving me a good coverage and I'm actually kind of liking it. Like I wish there was a little more coverage here because I do have a little blemish there, but I can easily just go like into it and just tap a little bit on. Next product I'm going to be using is the Milani Cheek Kiss Blush. I've never used a cream blush. I've got this in the color Cheeky Coral. I'm probably going to just put a little on my finger, put it on my cheeks, and blend it out. I don't know, I just really like the color. I really like Milani products just in general. So we're just gonna go straight in. I don't know how pigmented this is, but that's what it looks like. But yeah, always make sure your fingers are clean when touching your face or blending anything out. Wow, that blended so nicely into the skin. I really like this. I really had high expectations for this anyways because Milani just kills it with the blushes. I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be like a staple for my normal makeup routine, I feel like, because I love blush. Like, you guys already know I love blush. This is doing it for me. So let's check out the under eyes. So I don't know if you guys can tell. Let me like move a little closer. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you guys can see I'm creasing under there. Today we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Loose Setting Powder. And this is lightweight, control shine. This is a translucent light to medium powder. So I'm gonna put some in the back of the cap. Let me feel a little bit. Oh, it's very lightweight. I can tell right off the bat. It's like silky. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. beauty sponge. And we are just going to set all of that. And this is like a first impression of this because I have not used it before. That is extremely lightweight, and wow, you guys, my pores literally like shrunk in half with this. Oh my god, that looks so nice. That's like a high-end setting powder. Holy crap. I was not expecting that, actually. I had really low expectations for this because I've never found a drugstore powder that I actually genuinely like. And we're gonna set the other eye. That's the only bad thing about the L'Oreal, is it's kind of like dry. So it picks up on my dry patches under my eyes, but like I like to use it because it helps brighten. But this powder just like smoothed everything out. Holy shit, you guys. This is almost in comparison to my Laura Mercier. And I've never said that about any other powder. Like, let me be quite frank, Laura Mercier is the only powder that I trust dearly. Holy crap, you guys. I hope you guys can see like the difference. This powder is so freaking good. It is so bomb. It set everything so poreless and so seamless. And now we're gonna go into the Maybelline Fit Me. So I've used this before. This is in the color light medium. I don't like this powder to set my under eyes because I feel like it's too thick. Like, I like a really lightweight powder under my eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and just start putting this on the rest of our face to set. This also gives you a little bit more coverage. I really like that. I feel like my face looks pretty good right now. And I like to go over the mouth area just so like the powders blend together. Setting powders done. Matcha. Okay, now we are going to go into bronzer. So I'm pretty sure Physicians Formula 1. I actually have two different ones. So the one that I use all the time is the bronzer shade, and you can tell because it's like completely empty. And then the next one is a sun-kissed bronzer. So this one has just some warmth to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use the bronzer shade to contour, and to warm up my face, use the sun-kissed shade. We're gonna go ahead and go in the bronzer shade. The kit that I'm using is the BH Cosmetics Crystal Quartz brushes. Physicians Formula has really good bronzers. I've always loved the butter bronzer. Let me know in the comments down below if you can tell the difference between like my normal soft glam routine compared to this routine. We're gonna go into blush. So you guys already know I love blush. Blush is like my favorite thing in the whole wide world, like legit. And we are going to go into an oldie but a goodie. If you guys haven't tried these blushes yet, you need to go to the drugstore and buy at least like 5 of them, because once you get one, you're gonna be obsessed and you're not gonna want to put it down. And this is the Milani Baked Blush. These are so good, and the color that I absolutely adore is Luminoso. So I've gotten like, I want to say like 5 of these, like just stocked up on them. It is such a nice peachy blush. I love it. I feel like with the liquid blush that we applied earlier, plus this, I'm ready to be blown out of my mind, honestly. Like, I'm so excited. I haven't used this blush in so long, but I remember how hard I used to go with it. If you know, you know. Like, I just honestly can't say how much I really like enjoyed this blush. And this is not a matte blush. It is definitely have like a sheenish type of finish to it, but it's not that overly glittery feeling, which I really can appreciate because I do have texture on my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and go straight into this. Really brings out my complexion. I feel like it really helps smooth things over. Oh my god, do you guys see that? Like, are you guys seeing that? But like, are you seeing it? Like, can you see it? Because they have so many different colors, and if you don't want, you know, like a sheen to your blush, they have matte blushes as well, and those fire. Fuego. So good. But we're gonna go into the Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. So this is kind of like the equivalent to MAC Fix Plus. We're gonna use this. I'm gonna shake it up here, and we're just gonna drench the face. We are going to go in to highlighter. So the highlighter I'm going to be using today is the Wet n Wild Highlighting Powder in the color Golden Flower Canopy. So let's see, this is what it looks like. This is like a champagne-ish color. I've used this before, and there's a reason why. It's not really that used. I wanted to like it so bad, but I just don't like these highlighters. And I know people are gonna probably kill me because everyone's like, oh, they're so good. They're so good if you have absolutely no texture on your skin. And that's why I don't like this, because I feel like it emphasizes my texture so much, you guys. It's gonna kill me to put this on my face, but you guys voted. You voted for this one. This is it. I really hope this just doesn't play me right now. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, shake that up, do a little woo-woo. We're just gonna go very lightly. Like, I will say, these highlighters are very blinding. Like, that's not the issue. The issue for me is the texture and how it makes my texture look. Oh, it's so cringy. Oh my god, no, this is not it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. It probably looks good, like, from far, but let me see if you guys can, like, see closer. It's not for me. I really want to like it. Like, $2.99 for a highlighter, like, that's the move. That's the move. The pigment of it is beautiful. It's very pigmented. If you don't have texture and you have poreless skin, like, go ahead, buy it. I definitely think it'll be good for you. But if you have texture on the skin and you don't want to highlight or emphasize that, this is not for you, baby. I'm gonna use that other highlight, the Pixi Highlight, for my nose and my chin. Woo, that was a lot. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Continuous, is that what it is? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I love this as a drugstore setting spray. Now that I set with the setting spray, I think it's really helped tone this down, the texture, and it definitely looks like more of a highlight I would prefer. So for brows, it's still the same thing that I've been using, the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the color Java. I'm just gonna hop off camera and do it. All right, so I went ahead and finished everything off camera for my eyes, and we're just gonna go straight into the eyeshadow palettes. So when I took this poll, you guys were 50-50 on both of these palettes. Both of them are Colourpop palettes. So I'm gonna kind of just see what I want to do. I'm leaning towards using this one more because I ended up getting these e.l.f. liquid glitter eyeshadows and I really want to use them. So I'm thinking I'm going to use these with the blue palette. If you stayed with me through this video this long, thank you. So, okay, just a little update. This setting powder, you guys, is bomb. Like, I don't have any creases in my eyes. I'm so obsessed. And the foundation is looking really like nice and smoothing as well. Like, I don't know if it's a combination of the powders together or what. I hope this doesn't like make my eyeshadow messed up, but we're gonna go straight in. So right off the bat, it's not as pigmented as I would have liked it to be. Like, and not a lot is coming out. Like, what? When using something like this, it shouldn't take you that many tries to put the product on. These are getting returned. These are not good. Don't spend your money on them. $5 definitely reflects on how they performed because that's shitty. Well, I hope you guys can see it like close up. It's so patchy and just fall. It's fall. I'm gonna take this off real quick. And it's like burning my eye. It's really burning my eye. Oh my god. I'm just gonna do the purple palette. The first color I'm gonna go in with is this color Labyrinth right here. And I'm just gonna run that into the crease. I'm gonna go into the shade Go with a Flow. And with that shade, I'm gonna pop that into my crease. Okay. So this dark purple shade, which is called Late Night. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on the outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna stamp it a little bit and then kind of drag it out. I'm gonna go into this like purpley shade, which is called Opulent. And I'm just gonna pick that up on a flat brush and I'm gonna pop that into the inner part of my eye. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that color. And this is what the finished eye is gonna look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this Wet n Wild purple eyeliner. Okay, so this isn't honestly the best liquid eyeliner I've used. It's kind of like watery and I don't really prefer it, but it'll do for now. So the lashes that we're going in with today are the Ardell 3D Faux Mink lashes, and these are the 875s. All right, so this is what the lashes look like. I'm like obsessed with these lashes. I've used them before and I've loved them. Every single time I use them, I feel like they look literally just like your real lashes. Like you don't have to put too much effort into them and they're super easy and super quick to use. For lips today, we are going to be using literally my favorite lip liner of all time. It is the Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the color BFF3. So by far my favorite lipstick is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. It's a matte finish, but it doesn't get crusty at the end of wearing. It stays on when you're eating and throughout the day. My other favorite lippy from the drugstore is also the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Fortune Cookie. I love NYX gloss. They're very lightweight, but super glossy. All right, you guys, that pretty much wraps up the drugstore makeup tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm just gonna go through basically the hits and misses of this video. So definitely a hit for me was this Maybelline foundation. I really like the finish of this. It definitely lets my skin breathe and it's not full coverage, so it looks like my skin, but just better. I did love the e.l.f. Luminous, as you can tell with the foundation. My skin looks very healthy. It looks very dewy and skin-like, and I feel like I really love this primer. This is so good, you guys. It is so hydrating under the the eyes. The color was perfect. It blended out like a dream. It's very seamless on the skin, and I just really love this concealer. I definitely know that I'm going to be reaching for this a lot. So another hit for me was definitely this L'Oreal Infallible setting powder. You guys, this did something that no drugstore powder has ever done for me, and that's smooth me out. It doesn't make me look chalky or pasty or white, and I'm just like obsessed. It really helped that pore situation that the e.l.f. primer didn't help with. I'm really just loving how this made my skin look. So let's get into the misses, and these are the e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows. You guys, these were so bad. Like, I wanted to love them so much. They just weren't performing for me. They were very splotchy. They were just not pigmented enough. The color's beautiful, but these were just not it for me. I didn't love them. They weren't anything great. Okay, so I also want to talk about the two highlighters I used. I want to say that I like these, but you guys, these were a miss for me. I do not like either of these. So another miss for me was this Wet n Wild Megaliner. The NYX one is so much better. I really like that one, and that one is very pigmented when you use it. This is very watery. So the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, I do think that it really just melted into the skin, but it didn't make me poreless like it claimed to be. That pretty much wraps up the video. I really had fun testing out all these new things and talking about them and really seeing and putting to the test how they work. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.